Coming up tonight, Michael York from the Austin Powers movies explains how he became a cybernaut. Plus, find out why 2.5G technology will kick your current cell phone to the curb. And learn tips and tricks to shoot and edit your digital videos. Live from the Tech TV studios in San Francisco, it's the Screensavers! Look out.
Hello and welcome to the Screensavers. I'm Patrick Norton.
Hi, Patrick. I'm Leo Laporte. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us. This is the show where we show you the latest and greatest, neatest, newest stuff. We answer tech's toughest questions. We have a... You're not going to plug that in, are you?
You want me to?
Go ahead. We have a lot of fun playing with electricity.
This is last year's one.
Is this going to
Light
explode
on
into
fire.
flames?
Yeah,
Because, you know, that we have to send out a memo if we're going to have
No,
flames
that was not flames. That was just a very large spark. Tomorrow, though.
Tomorrow we're going to make a brand new Jacob's
Bigger.
ladder.
Better.
This is, you know, in the sci-fi movies where it goes and goes up. Go ahead, plug it in again. You think it'll catch on fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up, don't plug it in then. Coming up on today's show, actually it's Digital Video Week, not Jacob Ladder Week, although we should do a Jacob's Ladder Week.
Okay.
You know,
How
all
about
Jacob...
high voltage electricity?
Paul, that's what we want to do. A couple of weeks, high voltage electricity week. Okay. All high voltage electricity. For Fry Patrick, we'll, you know...
That's why they'll keep tuning back in.
We'll coat them in rubber and see if it works. It's going to be so much fun. But meanwhile, now we get some applause.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Digital Video Week continues as we show you how to make better-looking home videos. And we've got some great stuff. You know, stuff you actually might want to show to people, and people might not fall asleep when you do.
Well, no. It's the fall asleep part. People love to share slides. They love to share them. It's just
but
a
it's so
picture of
boring.
Rio in front of the rock next to the big rock we just showed you. And Subi Das is going to help you. Well, she's going to tell you about the lowest cost DVDs out there, DVD players, and which one is actually worth.
No reason to go any higher. Not to mention, I'll be taking your computer questions live on the show. And by the way, on that note, mark your calendars because this Friday, an all-call Friday. We love doing this when the producers have run out of ideas. We just take your calls.
Actually, we hold a gun and they let us answer
We
questions.
make them do it. Yeah, 888-989-7879. Call an hour before the show to get on the show. Patrick and I have pledged to answer 20 questions
20.
in 1 hour-and-a-half television show.
20 live questions.
Morgan Webb, who's filling in for Megan Maroney while she's on vacation, is going to show you the easiest way to create video CDs. VCDs, right, Morgan?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She's busy, Leo.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Time to check out today's hot tech stories.
Canadian man was convicted for selling mod chips, the classic PlayStation mod chips.
Mod chips.
Mod chips. Basically, they allowed you to play pirated CD or pirated PlayStation games. On
By
PlayStation.
a little hardware hack you plug into this thing.
Yeah. Selling, apparently, this is where it gets a little vague.
Others have been convicted of this, though,
This is the
haven't
first time in Canada.
they? First time in Canada.
Basically, somewhere in Ottawa. He basically had 413 pirated video games, was charging $30 to install the mods in his computer store in Ottawa.
Oh, so you'd go into the store, you'd say, put this in my machine, and now let me buy pirated software from you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
So
Well,
that's
not
the
right.
part that I get. I'm still not sure if he was convicted for installing the mods, which are apparently illegal, or selling the pirated games, which is highly illegal. Authorities say he made around 30 grand. The man pled guilty to copyright infringement and selling unauthorized computer equipment and was fined $17,000, received a year probation. Want to hear one of the great lines of all time?
Yeah.
Sony is quite pleased. They call it precedent
We're quite
setting,
pleased.
since it was Canada's first conviction for selling mod chips.
So those of you who like to put on pointy Vulcan ears, go like this, wear weird Star Trek outfits, but hate to leave the house are going to love this story. The first annual virtual Star Trek convention, VirCon 2002. The Vir stands for virtual, not other words that might be appropriate, will coincide with the real one in Vegas in early August. Each attendee picks their own Star Trek avatar. They can move from room to room in the virtual convention center. You can even approach and touch other don't touch me. Other VirCon goers. You know, this is just fits perfectly with that.
It's like a website plus. You can just get really wrapped up. And the best part, though, is it's like $15 for a regular day pass to go online and attend the conference.
Yeah.
It's $250 for, they call it the Latinum class.
The Latinum Class.
All the features of the 3-day preferred pass, including 3 full virtual convention days, preferred streaming video seating, with the ability to submit questions to the stage, special green room celebrity chance, blah, 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 plus choice of 2 autographed photos from Star Trek celebrities, including Leonard Nimoy, William Shatner, Ricardo Montalban, Joan Collins. It just goes on.
Ricardo Montalban. He was one lousy Star Trek movie.
But it was a darn fine
The
role
Wrath
he
of
played.
Khan. And he's better known, isn't he, for fine Corinthian leather?
Remember,
Isn't that really,
loyalty like this, it'll keep you and I.
maybe
In Dr.
someday
Pepper,
we'll be
Stuart
doing Screensaver Con. Oh, we're already doing that, aren't we? A Minneapolis man has been ordered by a federal judge to shut down his websites. Here's why. William Purdy's URLs are very similar to websites for major corporations like McDonald's, Pepsi, and Coca-Cola. People think they're going to the land of chicken McNuggets.
They make a mistype.
They make a typo, and instead they get graphic anti-abortion propaganda images. The judge said that is wrong, not for the politics of it, but because he's kind of hijacking people by having a site that's so close to the original. He ordered Purdy to quit creating websites that don't reveal the true content of the site to users. Now, this is where we get involved by the domain name.
Right.
He said, the judge, and I don't understand what he's thinking, but the judge says the domain name should indicate that this is an anti-abortion site somehow.
In the URL, in the name.
Somehow, so it should say, welcome to McDonald's anti-abortion site. I don't understand what he's thinking.
Welcome to Leoville's gathering place for all things that are wonderful about Leo.
See, I think most website URLs don't tell you what the website's going to be.
Razorfish.
What is a razorfish? What's a snapfish?
I don't know.
So our question is for the day, should a website's address, its URL, tell you what's in it?
Yes or no?
Cast your vote. Screensavers.com. Well, you know what you're getting when you go to the Screensavers. Quality screensavers. No? TV show.
Don't go anywhere, because you know what? You'll miss a peep into the digital lifestyle of the great actor Michael York. And after the break, sound advice from the trenches as Leo answers one of your live calls in today's boot camp. All that and more is the Screensavers. Light things on fire.
Like to play? Tech TV's got Extended Play. The only show that revs you up for the ultimate gaming experience. The hottest tricks. The coolest games. And stuff you just won't find anywhere else. Extended Play. Friday night at 9, 8 Central, only on Tech TV. Let the gaming begin.
Real estate is red hot. Interest rates remain at an all-time low. First-time buyers, buyers moving up, or purchasing a second home. Everyone wants the best deal on a home loan. You owe it to yourself to call Ditech.com. Ditech.com is a direct lender. No middleman or broker fees. You can be pre-qualified online or over the telephone. There's still time to get a better deal, even if you've applied somewhere else. Ditech.com. Call 1-800-71-FIXED.
Within these hallowed halls exist many challenges, like asking the folks for financial aid. Should one be dramatic, calm, sincere, dearest mother and father, or logical? GPA drop was concurrent with the depletion of pizza funds, or should one just get a Dell? All through July, Dell's giving away 50 grand in the 50K a day giveaway. Yep, Dell helps you get a PC the way you want and gives your folks a chance to use 50K any way they want.
Call or go online now, and you could win 50 grand in Dell's 50K a day giveaway when you order America's favorite PC, like this Dimension desktop for just $6.99, featuring an Intel Pentium 4 processor with awesome performance for music, digital photos, gaming, and beyond. And for a limited time, you'll get free shipping.
Dude, you need to get a Dell.
Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
Starting today, your telephone will answer you. Introducing Pronto, your on-call assistant, live and at your service, with the information you need when you need it. Get more than just a good restaurant. Get the nearest one. More than just the nearest. Get the best. So much more than directory assistance. Get the ultimate full-service 411. Get it all for just $19.95 a month. Hear hourly updates from the Wall Street Journal.
Market report at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. The NASDAQ up 1 to 50.
Hear the latest from CNN, ESPN Sports Center, weather reports too. It works on any phone, and it's a cinch to sign up. It's no contract, No hidden fees. It's more than just answers.
Pronto, how may I help you?
It's the solution. Pronto, your on-call assistant. Change everything you know. Try Pronto today, risk-free for 30 days. Call 1-866-PRONTO-1 to sign up now.
Hello there, welcome back to the Screensavers. Time for boot camp. Basic training for your personal confuser. We get you started right on boot camp. In fact, let me start with a tip. This is a wonderful tip to help you search more easily on the internet. Wouldn't you like it if you could open up your browser and type something like just a phrase that would then automatically go to Google, like let's say search for Chris Pirillo by typing Goo Chris Pirillo. There's something satisfying even just about typing that. Goo Chris Pirillo, the host of Call for Help. And there, look, it went to, just because I typed Goo, and now isn't that interesting? How did I do that? Well, let me show you. Tweak UI. This feature actually used to be part of the Internet Explorer Power Toys. But Tweak UI, which is now the Windows XP Power Toys, now has this capability. I'm not going to reinstall because I've already installed it, so let's cancel out of that. I just wanted to show you the install. We're going to go to Tweak UI, and I'll show you how you do this. If you click the Internet Explorer and click the search, you can do custom searches that work right in the toolbar. You see, I created one called Goo that automatically goes to Google and performs a search following Goo. I also created one called Got. I'll show you what that does. Let me show you how you do this. Let's go to Google, google.com, and I'm going to do a search for the words replace me. And I'm going to replace me, so that's why I'm going to do it. And I'm going to say I want this to be only using a Google feature searching on the site techtv.com. Now, right here in the address, this actually returns a search term that you can use yourself. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call it Got, and I'm going to paste in that thing, and I'm going to replace me with %S. All right, actually, and notice there's a little %3A there. I'm going to place that with a colon, and then we've got the new string there. And what this is going to do is every time I type got, and then something like Chris Pirillo or any search term, it's going to duplicate the search I just did using Chris Pirillo instead of replace me. So when I hit return now, it's going to go to Google, and it's going to search for Chris Pirillo only on the site techtv.com. So what I've done is I've in fact created custom search terms. This will work for a lot of different search pages or search engines. So what you do is you do a search. Let's go to Lycos.com, for instance. Not all search engines do this like that, and I'm going to say replace me and do the search. And it comes back. When it comes back to the search result, the address in the address bar is the actual search query. You can copy it. We're going to create a new one. I'm going to call it LYC, short for Lycos. Paste that search in, replace the word replace me with %S, hit OK, and now I can do the same thing with Lycos. LYC Chris Pirillo. And it'll go to Lycos and make a search for Chris Pirillo. How about that? This is a really handy way of adding the search engines that you use frequently to just basically make a shortcut for it so you can type it and quickly get there. I used this when I was writing the book because I was always searching Tech TV for articles, let's say, on MP3, and I just typed Got MP3, and boom, there it is. All the articles from MP3, from Tech TV. How do you like that? Isn't that useful? Tweak UI does that. Used to be a feature of the Internet Explorer tools. They've now moved it to Tweak UI. Daryl's on the line on the Tech TV Intel Netcam Network from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Hello, Daryl.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Oh, doing?
Doing? Is that what they say in Grand Forks?
Yeah, that's
We're just
about
doing.
it.
We're doing. What can I do for you?
I want to change the wording on my boot up screen from Windows XP Home Edition to Windows Professional.
That's like the folks who drive a BMW 330 who put the BMW 530 on there, right?
Yep.
You just want to change the badge on your Windows XP.
Yep.
Yeah, that's called changing the startup screen. It used to be very easy to do Windows 95, 98, and ME, and it's actually a little more tricky. Let's use that trick I'm going to say Goo Windows XP Themes. And it's going to take us to the best site of all, which is themexp.org. Oh, dear. The site's down. Well, that's depressing. Let's look at the cache of it anyway. When the site comes back up, and I'm sure it will, this is a really wonderful site that allows you to modify Windows XP and change the login screen as well, okay, and the boot screen. See right there, they have boot screens and login screens.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of them, and I keep on getting the
It's hard to
home
do it on.
edition themes
Yeah,
staying
it's
there.
hard to do it on Windows XP. Let's see if yeah, this is the same company, Win Customized. This uses the StarDocs object windows to do this, and it works. I promise you, it does work, Daryl. But for some reason, both those sites are down. Let's try xptheme.info, which I think is the same company. I think they bought a number of them. Or let's try Windows Blinds. There, Windows Blinds works. This is another very good one. This will allow you to skin Windows XP and will also allow you to change the startup. These are all part of the Object Desktop. Apparently those other sites were temporarily down. I don't believe they're permanently down. It's because it's all part of StarDoc. Okay?
Yeah.
So try those. And what that does is it's a little bit of software that modifies your startup. You can't completely get rid of the XP Home, if that's what you want to do, Daryl. You really want to fool people. I don't think you can completely get rid of it. But you can customize it somewhat. Maybe instead of putting XP Professional, you could put XP Daryl or something like that. Yeah, thank you for the call. Really appreciate it. And now it's time for our Twisted List with our Twisted Lister himself, Martin Sargent.
So what's on the mind of America this week? If you go by what people search for on the internet, it's not homework help and greeting cards, it's porn and body painting. How do I know what you, America, are curious about? The Lycos 50. It's a long-running study of internet searches performed at Lycos.com. So let's do it. Here are the top 5 things people searched for on Lycos last week. And to be honest, there aren't really too many surprises, and it really ain't a great report card for our fair nation. So here we go. File trading. It's the scourge of the record industry, Hollywood, and of parents or wives trying to shield their children or husbands from porn. It holds the number 5 spot in the form of Kazaa. All told, over 101 million copies of the Kazaa file trading tool have been downloaded, with over 2 million copies being installed on a hard drive in the last week alone. So let me poll the audience here. How many of you use Kazaa or do any form of file trading? They're like two liars! They all do it, and don't tell me you're swapping pot roast recipes. You can tell. Look at them. They're a bunch of music stealers and porn mongers sitting there. Get out of the studio. Hope your moms aren't watching. By the way, America, why would you search for Kazaa? Why don't you just go to Kazaa.com? All right. Number 4. Oops, I did it again. I had too much Kahlua and started surfing for Britney Spears on the internet. And I don't even like her music. I'm not alone. Britney holds the number 4 spot on the list and has been on the Lycos 50 every week in the list's 153-week history. Despite my best web searching efforts, Anna Kournikova and Pamela Anderson just can't break into the top 10 these days. Sorry, ladies. I really tried. And Britney, email me, all right? In the number 3 spot, also on the Lycos 50 every week in its 153-week history, tattoos. Everybody wants to slap some paint on their bodies, and these days, and it's a really good idea to use that internet to find a pattern that you like. As for me, well, I designed mine by myself. I didn't think about what would happen to the microphone there. Brittany, I'm serious. I'm not like a stalker or something like that. Restraining order status, just email me, all right? The number 2 search is Dragon Ball. It's anime that's sweeping the world. Everybody is into the anime, the weird Japanese cartoons. Have you seen this? I'm really out of touch, though. Listen to this quiz I found on the internet to see if you're a Dragon Ball newbie. You're a Dragon Ball newbie if you call a Masenko a Kamehameha, you think the Ginyu Special Corps are cool, and you think that Fat Gogeta destroyed Boo-Woo in the end of Dragon Ball Z. Well, Webmaster, here's a personality quiz for you. You're a loser if you put a Dragon Ball newbie quiz on your website. All right, let's go to the number 1 thing. Number 1, this is finally a glimmer of hope for Lycos users. Something that's never been on the list before. It's Bill Porter. Bill Porter is the subject of a new TV movie on TNT called Door to Door. He was born with cerebral palsy, but Porter was told he'd never live a productive life, but he did by selling Watkins quality products door to door. It's a great story. If you want to buy some Watkins products from Bill, liniments, ointments, gourmet food products, whatever, visit the website billporter.com. And here's your homework, everyone. Everybody go to Lycos and search for my name as much as possible this week. We'll see if together we can make it into the Lycos 50, and then maybe Britney Spears will notice me. Leo?
I'm sorry, I was just buying some stuff from BillPorter.com. This is actually a great site. This is amazing. Stay put. We're going to help you make some better home movies with some Ace digital video tips and tricks. And coming up next, why those cell phones sound better and won't put a hole in your wallet. The latest 2.5 generation cell phones that'll wow you. But first, this Windows tip.
There are a lot of buttons on the Word toolbar that you don't use. Right-click the toolbar and choose Customize, then the Command tab to add and delete toolbar buttons.
Hi, Billy Mays here with another unique product from the Invention Channel. It's called the Rotomatic. It's the portable powerhouse that fits in the palm of your hand. It has the power to drill, the strength to grind, and the versatility to buff and polish. The Rotomatic even has the precision to etch and engrave with pinpoint accuracy. The secret's the 10,000 RPM motor that allows you to cut, sand, and drill all in one simple step. The easy change chuck gives you the versatility to polish a silver antique or grind down a rusty nail. The Rotomatic is strong enough to remove rust, yet accurate enough to sharpen the dullest blade. It takes the guesswork out of craft work and makes any weekend project a little bit easier. Sanding a rough edge down to a smooth finish is now a breeze. Or switch out and put the lustrous shine back in your metals. Personalize your most prized possessions in one easy step. Before you replace or retowel, use the router. It makes old grout look like new. The Rotomatic makes a great gift and is perfect if you have a car, truck, boat, or RV. Why spend a fortune on tools that you'll only use once? The Rotomatic gives you all the power you need in the palm of your hand. Similar products sell for as much as $80. Call now and you'll get the Rotomatic complete with this 10-piece set for only $19.99. But as part of this special offer, we'll upgrade you to the rechargeable unit and give you the power pack at no extra charge. But call right now and we'll include the 50-piece accessory kit absolutely free. That means you get all this, a whopping $100 value, all for just $19.99. But you gotta call now. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-401-6758 to order your Rotomatic for just $19.99 plus shipping. Call 1-800-401-6758 or send a check or money order to the address listed.
With word from the Bush administration that the Pentagon has now agreed to shift some military communications spectra to other frequencies, freeing up space in the airwaves for advanced mobile phones and other wireless. That's just happened a couple of weeks ago. We can be even more excited about what the cell phones of the future will be able to do. Finally, maybe some 3G cell phones in this country. Joining us today with a look at the middleman between our second-generation phones of today and the third-generation phones of tomorrow, wireless expert John Novice with 2.5G cell phones. 2.5G. So the first generation were the analog cell phones that we, the big heavy ones.
The old amps guys.
Then digital, PCS, that kind of thing. That's second generation.
Second generation.
Third generation promises what? Super high speed?
Super high speed, always on connections. In effect, you can do away with DSL and cable, and they envision a totally wireless world.
They're rolling that out in Europe and Japan right now, but it's kind of far off.
It's actually really just pretty much Japan and Korea that are kind of leading the charge. Europe is bought a lot of spectrum, spent a lot of money, but not much has happened yet.
Okay.
Here, we haven't even got the spectrum issue solved.
And that's going to be years from now.
Yeah, the military had to get out of the way first, so we're
they
at least
finally did that.
Right.
So what we do have now is something kind of in the middle called 2.5G.
Right.
What is that?
Well, 2.5G is an enhancement to what we currently have in 2G. It gives us some of the benefits of 3G, even though the speed isn't quite as high. So
what's the speed like?
Well, the speed of a second-generation phone is about 10,000 bits per second, kind of like a very old modem, dial-up modem.
Right.
The speed
That's CDPD, those technologies.
CDPD, CSD, there's a bunch of terms
those data
for
technologies for standard
and they're all pretty slow.
Yeah.
3G way up there. It's considered to be at least 100,000 bits per second and speeds of 300,000 or even more than 1 million, theoretically.
Okay, but that's,
in the middle,
that's broadband speed.
That's broadband speed.
Okay.
So in the middle, we have 2.5G.
Yeah.
Think of it as about 40 to 60 or a little bit more kilobits per second.
More like modem speed.
More like a high-end V.90 dial-up modem.
Okay.
And we are there.
But that's pretty fast. I mean, I know we're all spoiled now by
Right.
broadband, but that's pretty fast, especially for text, small images, things like that.
Well, it's more than just text and small images. The phone itself can act as an internet terminal, but it can also be used as a modem to connect a PDA or a laptop computer, so the speed starts to matter for the.
And what technology does it use for that? It's not CDPD?
It's the technology varies between the two major competing standards. One standard in this country is GSM.
GSM, which has been out for a while.
It's been out for a while in Europe, but it's starting to take off in the United States. That's singular, and in this area, T-Mobile, VoiceStream has just gone live, and soon AT&T will go live in about mid-September.
Okay.
That's the GSM camp. On the other side, we have the CDMA camp.
Okay.
Different technology. That's Verizon and Sprint PCS.
Yeah, I have that with my Sprint.
With GSM, which is what we're talking about today, the technology that kind of makes that leap forward is called GPRS.
General Packet Radio Service.
Right.
Is that what we've got on this phone here?
That's exactly right. And that was invented by the ham radio folks, actually.
I know. They sent data over ham.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because they invented this whole thing, got all the bugs
slow
out.
then.
It depends upon a lot of things, but the technology is what counts. It's packets of data, so it only occupies spectrum when the data is being sent.
In bursts.
In bursts. That allows the connection to be always on and pretty fast.
Now, that was my first question, because the CDMA, the way I have it now, CDPD have to be they're connection-oriented. So you open a connection, you download your email, you download your data, then you close the connection.
And the meter is running the whole time.
Right.
So you're getting burned either for dollars or minutes.
Is this stateless? This just kind of is always on?
In theory. In practice, they actually time you out after a while. But in theory, and most of the time, you can take your time because the phone only occupies spectrum when it's transmitting packets back and forth.
What company is this
This phone is actually connected. This is a singular phone on Singular's GPRS system. Currently, speeds are still a little slow. They range between 10 and 30 kilobits per second. It's still a lot faster than the old system. And they'll be cranking them up as they get the system up to speed.
Good mostly for email, or?
It works great as an email client.
Yeah.
You can do it for enhanced messaging, or you can hook up a PDA or a laptop computer. This phone itself is kind of a middle-range phone, so it doesn't have some of the more advanced features, but we'll be looking at an advanced phone later that can do actually more over that connection.
So I don't need a modem on my computer. I could just plug the cable into the serial port or the USB port?
A variety of ways. Serial, USB, yes, and some phones have IR, infrared, and some have Bluetooth wireless.
Oh, well, that's great.
So, for example, my old little T39, which we've actually shown here before, I used with IR, but it also can use Bluetooth.
So you just put it near the computer and it will work fine. All right, so this is singular, this is GPRS.
Right.
Is it a flat fee generally because it's stateless?
It's fees by data, the amount of data you transfer.
Amount of data, okay.
So the singular has a really, actually pretty darn good deal. If you just sign up for WAP, which is only part of what GPRS can do, for a mere $2 a month, you get about a megabyte of data. Okay. And I've been using it now. It's a brand new service. I've been using it for about 6 weeks. And a megabyte is actually
turns out to be a lot.
A pretty good amount for normal WAP usage. Look up movies, look up directions, look up things like that, and it's about right.
And this is available everywhere in the country now?
It's being rolled out. Singular only has it in their GSM markets, West Coast and East Coast, but they're slowly but surely converting to GSM nationwide.
Show us the other phone you brought here.
The other phone, this is from AT&T Wireless Services. Let's wake it up so that it, wait a second.
And what do they use? Do they use GSM as well?
This is, AT&T is a TDMA provider, which is an old technology, but they are converting to GSM.
That's part of the thing that's slowing this down, is a whole new infrastructure, right? Everything has to be new.
Very expensive conversion.
Okay.
So they're live in certain markets. This is actually roaming on Singular right now, because AT&T is not live in this area. But this is a live phone. It's got a nice little color screen.
I love
very
the
tiny
screen,
phone, very sexy phone.
I've always liked this phone a lot.
Feature pack, got a lot of nice features, and there's something else cool
Okay,
to talk
so
about.
show us what we can do. You've got something there.
Yeah, this is extremely
and a little
cool
pouch. Little
pouch that comes with it.
Does this plug into the bottom?
The other way.
Best way? All right.
That's called the Communicam.
I'll let you do it here.
Okay.
I don't want to break your phone.
And, yeah, not my phone. AT&T's
GPRS also on this?
This is, again, GPRS phone, and what's cool here, let me just bring
aren't there other higher, later, I mean, is GPRS going to be everything from now on, or are there other data?
There is an older standard called high-speed circuit switch data, but it really is a predecessor to GPRS.
Okay. So everything going forward is going to be GPRS.
And then the next step beyond that is called EDGE, which is Enhanced Data GSM Environment. That's kind of like GSM on steroids.
Okay.
That will take us past 100 kilobits per second up into 200 or 300.
What kind of things are we going to do with that kind of speed? Then we have a video phone,
well,
right?
one of the things we can
Look at this.
One of the things we can do with this little phone here, let me just get it lined up right, is take a picture.
Let's see
this
how
little
that looks.
Communicam
Let's see how that looks.
is actually a little color camera, and you can take color pictures with the little people wherever you are, and you can send these pictures by message to other similar phones that can handle a standard. You can download them to your laptop.
Oh, that's attractive. There's a good-looking picture, huh?
Absolutely.
Now, so I could actually send this to anybody.
You can. It gives you a choice. As soon as you say accept that picture, then it'll ask you, do you want to save it in the phone? Do you want to email it? Do you want to send it in a message?
Actually not bad. What's the resolution on that?
It can go all the way up to 640 by 480.
It's not bad.
For
the theory
little...
would be that you're in a shoe store and you're showing your wife the shoes and you send her the pictures back, right? That's how that's going to work,
could be.
right?
Can I buy
Honey,
this
are these good?
Right.
Honey, does this match?
No,
that's what I would be doing.
No,
right. I'm home now. Wow.
Don't spend any money.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
What
great.
are you doing in a shoe
So bottom line, should we wait till 3G or should we go out with the 2.5?
Well, 3G is going to be a ways to come. 2.5G is where it's going to be for now. And the good news is it's really become a reality all of a sudden this summer. And I think it's probably going to be at least a year and a half to 2 years before we start seeing serious 3G.
And you actually use this. See, I had a WAP phone and I never used the WAP, but you sail with it?
I actually used this last Saturday. This phone is currently logged on right now, but I actually won a boat race on Saturday. We did very well. But out in the water, on our way out, we wanted to know what the tide, wind, and current is.
And you could do
that. And actually, I was getting cellular service out there with GPRS. I logged onto the NOAA website, and that's the page that's on there now. And it actually tells me, if you bear with me just a second, at the Golden Gate Bridge, the current tide is 4.6 feet, and the current is a half-knot flood tide.
But now this isn't.
This allowed us to.
This isn't GPS, but you were getting data online.
This is GPRS.
GPRS, not GPS.
Over GSM. That's what we've just been talking about.
Alphabet soup there.
But I was able to do that and keep it logged on during the entire race.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
I could update the data.
And then you knew when Men in Black was going to start, so you knew when to get back.
In fact, I did.
Exactly. All right. Thank you. That's cool stuff. I've been waiting for the new cell phone, and this might be the thing that moves me into it. 2.5G is here. For more on it, head over to thescreensavers.com. John has posted more details, some great links for you. John Novice, of course, is the author of the incredible Novice Guide to Cable Modems and the DSL, and a principal in the Novice Group. And we always love having you. There it is, the Novice Group. Always love having you come on the show. Put down that remote, folks. You're going to miss the consumer lowdown on DVD players. You don't have to spend a lot of money. In fact, you can spend a lot less than you might think. And after the break, Michael Rubin is here to give us some quick and easy tips to shooting digital video. He's editing as we speak. We'll have that movie when the Screensavers continues.
I've always loved working on computers, and in the Army, that's what I do.
If you never thought about the U.S. Army or Army Reserve, think about this. There are 212 ways for you to become a soldier and work at a job you'll love. Call for this free video to find out which job is right for you. And if you call 1-800-645-ARMY right now, you'll also receive a free Army t-shirt with your video. Discover the 212 ways you can be an Army of One.
Geico has great service.
Geico has great service.
Our claim representatives, that's right.
Are available 24 hours a day.
You have a very commercial look.
Next, please.
Well, hello.
Oh, great. A talking gecko.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Are you ready for the more useful internet? There's never been a better time to switch from AOL dial-up and get MSN broadband. The smarter, faster internet service, optimized by Microsoft IntelliSpeed technology. Just another great reason to switch from AOL to MSN. Call now and get broadband service with free activation, free modem use, and no term commitment. MSN, more useful every day.
It's a miracle night for me now.
I could never go back to a regular mattress.
It's just a nice feeling to roll out of bed and be comfortable in the morning.
Introducing the Nautilus Sleep System.
Right away when I got the Nautilus Sleep System, I noticed that I was sleeping better.
I never wake up with back pain.
I didn't hurt when I got up in the morning. I felt rested.
Nautilus sleep systems are so comfortable because you actually sleep on air. The secret is this interlocking air chamber, designed to evenly absorb and distribute your weight, helping you sleep better and longer.
The Congress of the Chiropractic State Association endorses the Nautilus sleep system. We really think it's superior to any other type of sleep system.
Nautilus sleep systems come with a 20-year limited warranty. Try one at your home with our 90-night 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can order now with no money down and payments as low as $25 a month.
My wife tells me I do not snore anymore. And she's lived with that for 30-some-odd years.
Call now or visit our website at greatsleep.com for a free video and brochure.
Penelope
Do you think they're still alive?
brings
International Rescue?
the Tracy Brothers.
There's a 200-foot jet of fire.
The smallest action-adventure this summer is the Thunderbirds.
Look, it's gonna collapse.
The Thunderbirds. August 5th, only on Tech TV.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Patrick Norton, and wasn't that a lovely shot of the bald spot on the back of my head we opened up with? Coming up in this half hour, as Digital Video Week continues, we got some stellar shooting and editing tips from an expert, and Martin Sargent shows off his nollies in the sight of the night. Oh, ollies, perhaps, or nose ollie, nollie. Got it. Also, Sumi Das will help you choose the right DVD player if you're on a budget. Cheap, cool DVD players. Now we're going to check in with Leo, who's getting some lessons in cinematography.
I need lessons. Yes, I do. Now the digital video cameras are replacing analog camcorders. And now that we all have computers in our houses with inexpensive editing software, shooting and editing is something really commonplace. Here with some tips on shooting better digital video, the author of many books, including a great one that I want to recommend, the Little Digital Video Book. Yeah, it's hard to say, Michael. Digital, how do you say it?
I say it really slowly.
Little
Digital Video Book.
But this is in the little series from Peach Pit Press,
Yes,
and
it
they
is.
do
It's
great stuff.
It's very good.
And you made a point before the show, and I think you're absolutely right, that it used to be when you shot video, you just shot it because you were going to put it on the TV. You didn't think about editing.
Well, you know, people have their cameras, like their still cameras, and they'd go out and they'd shoot whatever. You know, here I am,
Hours
I'll take
and
a
hours
picture of you,
of Henry's
and
soccer
they'll
game.
never watch it, ever,
Right.
you know. And I think the most important thing that people understand when they get into digital video is that if they've got an editing system, shooting and editing are part of the same thing.
You have to think about the edit while you're shooting.
That's right. And if you know, not that you need to plan the shoots, but simply that you need to understand that when you are editing video, you're not just taking the stuff you shot and trying to cut something out of it. You're actually hunting for certain kinds of shots. I could think of it as collecting video.
Well, people learn that in time. If you start doing a lot of editing, pretty soon you say, gee, I wish I had taken that picture. Gee, I wish I had taken that picture.
That's right. And so the more you edit, it'll change the way you shoot. And the more you shoot, of course, they go together.
Well, let's do this. We have two segments. Why don't you show me some of the things I should think about when I'm shooting, then we'll come back and we can do some editing and show me how that will work out.
That's great. The most important thing I think people need to understand is the kind of coverage that they need to get.
Coverage. That's a term you hear in movies.
These are really adopted techniques from Hollywood.
Okay.
I had worked in Hollywood, and I borrowed basically the most fundamental parts of filmmaking for
what's
consumers. Coverage is just getting the kinds of shots you need so that you can edit something out of that material.
In other words, covering the subject.
Covering the subject.
So you got what you need.
So if I'm doing a video of you, and actually what I'm actually cutting here is a video of me coming from my house to the studio and being on the show.
You're telling a little story.
I'm telling a little story. That's what I
shoot. Are you
shoot.
always trying to tell a story whenever you shoot?
Well, I like to find openings, things that are sort of natural openings, natural
beginnings
and endings. And I don't know what those are going to be when I go to shoot. Sometimes it's obvious, like someone walking away from the camera.
That's the
and
end.
you fade out. You know?
Yeah.
But sometimes if you hold the camera still, which is very important, that you not try to move the camera.
That's something novices do all the time. They try to
just
put the
like
motion
doing
in the
this,
camera.
and they're walking
Makes you
around.
seasick. Yeah.
It's very tough. If they just hold still, often the person they're shooting will walk out of frame.
And that's okay.
It's a natural closure.
You don't have to follow them.
No, don't follow them. Let them leave frame. Let them walk into frame.
Oh, see, that's great.
So, so I like. And the other thing that I think is important as well is not moving the camera, is not zooming the camera.
Yeah, people pan and zoom and
you make it crazy.
Okay.
You know? And so what I like to do, I don't know if people can see this, but here, if I'm shooting you, I'm going to hold the camera steady, and I'm going
to move around.
You're going to move around
talk and do all that stuff.
and I'm going to sit here still.
Yeah.
Now there's a couple kinds of shots. I might want to close up, which is sort of just your head, and you're talking. Say something fun.
I don't think your lens is big enough.
Well, that's true. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to zoom out, and here's sort of a wider shot. This is actually medium from your waist
So
up.
would you want both shots? You would want particularly to pay attention. I have a close-up. I need a medium shot.
Well, I like to get at least a close and a medium or a close and a wide, if possible. Wide shots are very nice for establishing where we are.
So you start with a wide, but you want to intercut close-ups so that you can kind of, because people, that's how people think, right? They want to zoom in on what's going on.
I think the thing that they will learn is that there's certain shot relationships that are good. So even if I'm covering you with a close-up and a medium, that isn't, I might edit those together without the zoom, without the movement between them. But what I need are shots that have a relationship to that. For example, there's a shot and there's what's called a reverse shot. So what I would do is if you're talking to the audience here, why don't you look out at the audience?
You would get me, their reaction to me.
Well, I'm just going to get behind you. I don't know
like
if
over the shoulder.
This, and you're talking.
And I'm talking.
And I can use this and to cut it against the shot of you from the front.
Well, you know where else that might be useful is if you want to edit what I'm saying and you don't want a sudden jump in my speech, you can cut to that reverse shot where you don't see my lips and then cut back, right?
Not seeing your lips is a very important
Always
concept.
get a shot without the lips.
Lose those lips. No lips.
Okay.
There's a couple other kinds of shots. One is an insert, and that is just the textures of the room where we're in. So I might shoot,
What would I use that for?
Well, I'll show you when we go to cut, but I'm going to shoot the audience here for a moment.
Yeah.
I might shoot the camera
Steve.
guy, Steve, looking very...
Isn't he Romanesque?
He's very, and so he's not talking. I can use this anywhere. And so here's you.
So those are kind of reaction shots.
So you're thinking like that, and then I've got these guys over here, and I've got just...
Now, what would you use that for in the edit?
They're just going to be for sort of flavor, because the scene...
To mix it up.
I have a master shot. The main shot is you talking to me or talking to the audience.
Right.
But I now have the shots that work with that. I can cut to something from behind.
Now, a lot of what I shoot is my son's baseball game or soccer game. How can I do that in an event where I can't say, okay, guys, can you take back that goal? I'd like to get the reverse shot on
That's right. Well, you don't... The thing is that you're not... But people need to understand that editing is creating a bit of a falsity. You're not really recording the soccer game to show an hour-and-a-half soccer, 2-hour soccer game. You're going to show a 5-minute clip of the soccer game.
Feeling of the game.
And so they don't match exactly. You're going to shoot them from here, and then you'll go close-up of kids kicking the ball.
Right.
And then you might shoot of people cheering the stands, and it's not from the same score.
But you could mix them.
You put them together and
like
create a little moment that may or may not have really happened.
All right, when we come back, we've got a lot of shots. We've got our master shot, we've got our close-up, we've got our medium shot, we've got our reverse, we've got our inserts. We'll put it all together, show you how it might all go together. These are the things to keep in mind while you're shooting so you get better.
That's right.
This is great. A little later in the show, Michael will be back to show us how to take the video we just shot, how to edit it all together. Stay where you are, though, folks, because if you want to take those video files and put them on a CD, you're going to want to stay tuned. Our download of the day coming up. This is Video Week, lots of great video stuff. We're going to have the best low-cost DVD players with Sumi Dots. That's coming up right after this. Stay here.
Coming Friday to Tech TV.
Hi.
Max is back.
Max Headroom. Max Headroom.
What kind of show is this, anyway? Identify station.
Friday at 6, 5 Central, only on Tech TV.
The network that's a real mind-blower.
What are you doing this weekend?
Now this is freedom.
Try flying for $49. Change your life and your weekend. Call 1-888-BE-A-PILOT or check out
BeAPilot.com.
You can fly, and for a lot less than you think.
Where to next?
Choose your adventure. Start for just $49. Call 1-888-BE-A-PILOT or check out
BeAPilot.com.
What sets Datec apart from other online brokers? Free online trading tools. Datec gives you free real-time streaming quotes. And you can track stocks with free real-time streaming charts.
Real-time and free? I like that.
Searching for stocks that fit your trading strategy? Use the free real-time stock screener. Check valuable S&P research.
Free access to research. That helps.
And you can also get free streaming news from Dow Jones. Unlike other brokers, all online equity orders are just $9.99. And only Datech guarantees that if your marketable order is not executed within 60 seconds, the commission's waived.
Open and fund your account today and get 10 free online equity trades. Call toll-free 1-877-410-4333 or visit this special website.
Free trading tools, just part of the Datech difference.
Datech, built to trade.
Starting today, your telephone will answer you. Introducing Pronto, your on-call assistant, live and at your service, with the information you need when you need it. Get more than just a good restaurant. Get the nearest one. More than just the nearest. Get the best. So much more than directory assistance. Get the ultimate full-service 411. Get it all for just $19.95 a month. Hear hourly updates from the Wall Street Journal.
Market report at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. The NASDAQ up 1 to 50.
Hear the latest from CNN, ESPN Sports Center, weather reports too. It works on any phone, and it's a cinch to sign up. It's no contract, no hidden fees. It's more than just answers.
Pronto, how may I help you?
It's the solution. Pronto, your on-call assistant. Change everything you know. Try Pronto today, risk-free for 30 days. Call 1-866-PRONTO-1 to sign up now.
We love to save money, especially when we know the product that we're getting is not only a great value, but does its job well. Joining me now is Fresh Gear host Sumidas, about to tell us some more about what you get when you're buying a low-cost DVD player.
First of all, DVD, my favorite technology ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Would you like to hold up the movie you've been raving about? What's the name of it?
Go see this movie, Amelie. Please go see this movie, because it's honestly the best movie I've seen in recent years. You can't not see this movie and...
What's it called?
It's called Amelie.
Is it a kid movie or a grown-up movie?
No, it's a grown-up movie.
Okay, that's an R rating.
You'll just feel really good about yourself and life after you go see it. That's
What's that? You don't have a DVD player? How much does this DVD player cost?
Not much more than buying a couple of DVDs. That one, for example, can be found for as cheap as $70. That's the Apex AD 1500.
It's a little short. It's like it's missing
a third
of
the size, isn't it? But it's a little thicker than most DVD players. But yes, it is a little short, so you'd have to put it on top of all your other components if you're thinking about stacking issues.
It looks like a DVD player. We got your basic controls over here.
Yeah, it's very, very, very basic. Apex is sort of known as the hackers player. They're the ones who also have that compact flash card slot.
Funny you should mention it. Both Leo and I own Apex
and have
DVD
hacked
players.
into them? What have you done to them?
I won't comment about that.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the remote control that came with the DVD
Ladies and gentlemen,
player?
I'd like to say that this is perhaps the worst remote control I've ever seen in my life.
Not known for their remote controls. They're generally just sort of unintuitive.
Find me the play button, for example.
Right. You expect the play button, the channel, the controls to be in certain places, and these are not where you expect them to be. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. And the arrow is sort of small, very tiny, and on the side. You have to look for it.
Sometimes you don't get the best ergonomics. Sometimes you get a funny shape. How's it? Pretty good at playing DVDs?
These are both decent players in terms of image quality. The couple of things that you want to look for, you're not going to get a progressive scan player.
Nobody's got a progressive scan television, right?
Well, not nobody, but I mean, that's probably not the thing that you're going to be looking for when you're buying your first DVD player anyway. And the other thing that you're also going to want to look for is image scaling, which is how they take the video data and format it for the television. Exactly. These do a decent job at that.
Then that's where, I guess it's where they can trip up. We're going to put Amelie over to the side here. I know that pains you.
I'm going to have to take that with me.
What's this
Don't
bright,
try
shiny
to steal
silver
it.
model?
This is the JVC X. Oh, God. These always have the most unintuitive names, so I'm going to have to cheat.
The XV
S302. Thank you. This can be found for as cheap as $140 online and in local stores. Yeah, that's... but it's going to do a few things better. It, for example, has component video, which means that... Let's show them that.
Which is more of a high-end device again.
Yeah, this has got... So basically, you've got a different output for both red, blue, and green.
So it's like S-video on steroids.
Is going to be better.
Okay.
As opposed to that Apex over there.
If you have an input that'll match that on your television.
Right, exactly. You got to make sure that your TV is going to be able to support that. There's also this little switch, let's keep it turned around, where you can switch between S-video and component right here. Now, that didn't always work. Like, sometimes they'd switch it over and it didn't work the first time, so you got to fiddle with it a bit, maybe nudge it a bit. Yeah, that sort of thing. Both of these can also play digital music. This one is not as good. It doesn't display the track name, the file name. It just displays the number. Okay. And that one displays 11 characters of the file name. But you're not getting these to play
For this,
music.
you're going to throw a CD full of MP3s.
You're just going to want to watch
go.
DVDs. It's a good first player. If it breaks after a year, you're only out $100.
We got like 2 seconds left. You want to show us that weird button on here?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here it is. This button called Choice.
Ergometrics, again, a strange thing in low
So
cost.
if you hit the Choice button, it's a really strange thing. It goes to the setup menu, which is not at all intuitive. Let's see if that actually works.
Oh, we missed that one. Here, let's flip that one back up. There it is.
There it is.
So
and
Choice gets you the setup menu.
Choice gets you the setup menu, and there's another strange button down here, Digest.
Digest.
That's not eating tips or anything like that. That is actually scene selection. Why don't they just call it scene selection?
Maybe it's an English
Why do
model.
they make things more difficult than they have to be? Why?
Tonight on I'm not even going to try to address that. Tonight on Fresh Gear, there's a third DVD player that you guys liked even better than
yes,
these two.
the top of our picks, and you're going to have to tune in tonight to find out which one it is. There's also a DVD versus Super Audio CD segment, which you don't want to miss either.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to watch Fresh Gear with Sumi tonight, 9 p.m., where you see all its new and products. And to read their reviews, go to thescreensavers.com, please. In the meantime, the download of the day.
Amelie was one of the most beautiful movies I have to say I've ever seen. It was sad. It was beautiful. Okay. I'm supposed to be talking about a download. Thank you, Patrick. It's an MPEG-1 encoder, so you can make VCDs. You can't just put like some AVI and burn it onto a CD and stick it in your DVD player. It's not going to play. You have to have it in MPEG-1. So I bring you TMPG encoder. Now, this does MPEG-1 free forever, ever. It does MPEG-2 free for 30 days. So use it while you have it, but it does one thing, it does it well. Start it up. It has a project wizard. You don't really need to look at a lot of these choices. I don't. You can. So it just says, I want to make VCD for North America and Japan. I browse for my video file. So you notice the other videos we use today were maybe like Patrick or some like big DVD. I chose a picture of an iguana swimming in the Galapagos Islands. Some viewer sent it to me. Don't open attachments, I know, but I couldn't help it. It said lizard. Okay. So we open this. Now we go next, next, next. Okay, okay. And it does it like it's eating underwater. But really what the cool thing is happening is it's changing this AVI into MPEG-1. It's done. It's very short. Okay, you can get the URL to this link, the link to this download at thescreensavers.com. And I know you're all dying to read my review. You can console me. You can email me, morgan@techtv.com. All right, Patrick,
sorry.
singular. What's coming up next?
These centers get me confused. We're just getting started. Martin gets extreme with some grinds and ollies in his sight of the night. And after the break, Michael Rubin will give us tips on editing our digital videos. But not until we hear this web tip.
There's a new way to go backwards and forwards in Internet Explorer. All you have to do is hold down Shift while you use your mouse's scroll bar.
Tired of playing the mortgage rate game? You know, when you hear one of those ads that promise you the moon and you call up only to find out that the points are too high and there are hidden fees attached? Well, at Ditech.com, there are no games. Right now, we're offering a second mortgage with a no closing cost option. You can be pre-qualified over the telephone or online. Use the money to pay off credit cards or for home improvements, whatever you want. Do it now before the rates go up. Ditech.com. Call 1-800-71-FIX.
Technology sure has changed since I was in school. Take this compact Presario 2800T notebook. Thin, light, powerful. With the mobile Intel Pentium 4 processor M, you get all that and the built-in networking card links college students to campus. Plus, you can save $100 instantly, so it's just $12.99. And you can upgrade your memory for free when you buy direct. Just call 1-888-289-2556 or go online. Talk about lightening your course load.
I knew we didn't have enough life insurance. Now, I can afford what I need for my family.
We made one call and saved hundreds of dollars. We could put that money toward college.
The person I spoke to really helped us through the process. It was so easy.
Yeah, no hard sell. Just, okay, let's see what you need, then we'll find a policy for you.
We're Zurich Direct, part of Zurich Financial Services Group, over $206 billion strong.
And through Zurich Direct, you could save up to 70% on term life insurance. Call now for a free quote. We'll help you decide just how much life insurance you need, and we could save you up to 70%.
We got a $300,000 policy from Mark for just $26 a month.
And that's a lot less than we were paying before.
Call Zurich Direct now for your free quote. It's easy. There's no obligation. Just saving up to 70% on the right policy for you. Zurich Direct, the way life should be. Call now, 1-888-311-TERM.
It's all about the music, isn't it, Mike? Yeah, absolutely.
The great thing is you can really do great music stuff. If you got CD collection.
Music is everything.
Music is sound.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. Before the break, we showed you some tips on shooting digital videos. Michael Rubin is back now. He's been doing a little editing in the commercial break. Yeah, we're not even touch it this time. You'll have to come back and talk about using music, because that really does make a big difference, even in a novice, a personal video.
One of the hardest things to make sound good, to make good in your home videos, is the sound.
Right.
Professionals, you got a lot of people here who are excellent with sound. and we have microphones on, and there's people working at that. But consumers don't have that.
This is one little thing on the camera,
and it's pretty lousy. You know, the sound. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. You can use it, and if you got all that noise. If you get rid of that. When you watch a video, it's often the sound that makes it look so cheap and cheesy.
That's right.
And if you can lose that sound entirely and be left with the picture, it's actually quite sophisticated. No matter how bad your picture is, it always looks good with good sound. And rather than spend a whole show working on sound, what you can do is cut in some music and
lay it on,
and you don't worry about anything else.
All right, but we're not doing that now.
We're not going to do sound.
We're going to show you how we took the master shot and the cutaways and the inserts and the close-ups and the medium shots, and how we put them together in a salad that works.
That's a salad, yes. Well, I think that the one thing I want to say is that I think it's important people shoot very limited amounts of video at a time. I say about 20 minutes. If you shoot 20 minutes of video, you can get it into your computer, cut it very quickly, and have about a 1 or 2 minute cut when you're done. That is very good.
You're saying don't shoot 3 hours, 4 hours.
You're setting yourself up for a nightmare project. You'll never finish the project.
It's too big.
It is.
So
start small.
Now, you know, because you just had a baby 2 days ago.
I did, and I have about 800 hours of video, and I'm not gonna edit it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Nothing's gonna happen to it.
But my wife would kill me if I didn't have that video. So
show us what you did with it.
All right. So the first thing you need to do is identify what I would call the master shot.
We should say you're using Final Cut Pro here.
It doesn't matter what you use.
This is a high-end video, and you happen to like it, but you can use iMovie. You could
use anything. There's lots. Broderbund has some new stuff coming out. There's all kinds of. Editing is very simple, and Hollywood has been cutting with a razor blade and tape for 100 years. You do not need a gigaflop and a super high-end computer to edit.
Well, and that's another point to make. In professional movies, they don't have lots of dissolves and twisting transitions. It's all cut.
Now, sometimes there are more special effects today, and that's a specialty. But when you're making your home videos, you just need to learn the art of editing, which doesn't involve a lot of horsepower, a lot of complexity. It's very easy to do. And that's what we're going to do here.
Okay, we got a couple of minutes, so we're going to have to show you pretty quickly.
Well, we have sort of the main shot of you, the master shot.
This is the master, what we call the master.
And it's a medium shot of you. Okay. So I'm just going to find, sort of where I want it to begin. Let's say with your arms flailing wildly.
Find a good place.
Little piece of it, and that's the piece.
What's the smallest piece you could use?
Well, you need to have something on the screen long enough that the viewer can read it.
How long would that be?
I'd say a couple seconds.
At least. Okay.
Yeah. People usually begin by having long stretches of video, and they're too long. You don't need that much.
Especially in this MTV era, we're used to much faster paced stuff.
Very, very much so. So we've got enough there that it sees a lovely shot of you. It's a great shirt, and we'll come in here to the maybe the closer shot.
All right.
Now notice I'm not using the move, even though I pushed in.
You're not using the zoom.
I'm not using the
zoom.
I'm cutting from the wide shot to the close shot.
And why is that?
Because people can read that. They can understand that the zooms make it take too long. And there's also a chance of a lot of camera motion.
Sometimes you can use a zoom, though, sometimes to draw the viewer into, say, I want you to pay attention to this.
A zoom is a special effect.
It's a special effect.
There are reasons to use zooms. There are reasons to use pans, but they should be used sparingly.
Got it. So think of it as a special effect, not your everyday palette of tools.
That's right. So here we have the medium shot. It'll cut to the closer shot. And now we can cut
you cut
behind
to the reverse, and that looks great.
And it's that whole magic trick where the camera's now gone. We saw you from the front, we saw you from the back.
Where was the camera? There is no camera.
No camera. Magic, that's the magic of editing. There's no camera.
You actually going for that to kind of give people the impression that it's just happening for real?
I think so.
That's interesting.
So I cut the, a little bit of this, and you can see how I'll just play a little piece here. We move in. There's you talking.
Go to the beginning, though. I want to see the beginning after we play this, but I want to see the beginning of your. That really works well.
It's like we had multiple cameras. Like here we're in the studio with multiple cameras, but real people have one camera. They have not a lot of equipment. They don't have a tripod.
Look at the reaction shots. That's really nice.
It's fun.
Show it. Now you did this whole movie of you coming down the coast highway and everything.
I'll play it in the background as we sort of get out of this. But this is
this was very cool.
I like the sound on. You'll kind of get this. The audio is really. You guys doing your show.
And here he is coming down the highway.
Cut against the highway, and I turned the camera around on me while I was driving.
So there's nobody in the car with you?
No one in the car with me. I'm just trying to kill myself.
You did a funny thing when you, now watch, he's going to come in the door. He went in ahead of himself, put the camera down on the counter, and then shot himself coming in.
You do things when you're alone.
But that's great, because now we see you coming in instead of everything from your perspective, your point of view.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's fun. Very easy to do.
Michael Rubin's book is The Little Digital Video Book from Peach Pit Press, also Beginner's Final Cut Pro. And this is, by the way, this is a classic, I understand. Everybody uses this for years. Non-linear for a field guide to digital video and film editing. Michael, you got to come back and show us how to use music and all.
Anytime.
Because
love it.
Everybody's doing this now. This is the new thing to do, is make your own movies, and we need all the help we can, because I've seen, our home movies need a lot of work. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Michael Rubin, also author, as I said, of Non-Linear, a field guide to digital film and video and film editing. We want to thank you for coming in. If you're excited about shooting digital video at any level, head over to our website, thescreensavers.com. We got a tutorial from Michael's book on converting your analog video to a digital, plus links to all his books. Michael, it's great.
Thanks a lot.
Really fun having you in. Meanwhile, Martin Sargent has been watching all this and has crafted an incredibly edited Sight of the Night.
Dude, there's nothing like jumping on a killer deck and barging onto the steps of City Hall pulling goofy foot ollies, man. I like to pretend I'm a skateboarder, but I'm not. My body is just too delicate, and the baggy pants just don't flatter me. But I do play this great new skateboarding game called Rooftop Skater. You can get it over at newgrounds.com. Have you played this game yet, Leo?
I watched you playing earlier. Looks like
fun. Let's take a look at it.
Looks like fun.
There it is. There you go. I'm dressed as a clown in this one. You can wear any outfit you want. That was an indie building rooftop jump.
They have the Tony Hawk style thrasher music going in the background.
You need that. That's what skateboarders listen to. They don't listen to the hip hop or the country western.
No.
It's this thrasher kind of music. Wow. You can see why I don't skateboard very often. This is all free. You can get it at newgrounds.com.
You know what's fun about this?
Browser.
If you miss, you go right off the roof.
You do a face plant right into Fifth Avenue.
Oh.
Ow. That's got her. Hey, please keep sending your Side of the Night suggestions and ointment to Martin at techtv.com.
Send him ointment. Stay where you are. You know you're going to get ointment in the mail now, Martin. Still to come, we're going to give you some help with your computer problems. I'm going to take some calls live, me and Patrick. Plus, we'll find out the cyber habits of actor Michael York and the ins and outs of QuickTime 6. We'll show you some great new encoding in OS 10. All that and more as the Screensavers rolls on, my friend.
A typical car insurance agent is on the job during regular business hours. On the other hand, Geico insurance professionals are on the job 24 hours a day. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Geico Auto Insurance, how may I help you? Hello? Hello?
Need another way to talk to Geico? Check out geico.com. In 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello?
Hi. We have a little leak or something. Holy moly. Guess I better get started.
Right. But first, could you give me your price and the prices of some of your competitors? You know, don't want to pay too much.
Our customers know the importance of shopping around, because at Progressive.com you can get our price for car insurance, plus the rates of other big-name companies, and that could save you hundreds.
No one wants to think about car insurance, so we made this stuff easy.
Just give us a call, or visit Progressive.com, where you can shop and buy instantly. Maybe that's why over 8 million people choose Progressive, for low rates and fast, friendly service.
Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
Would you like to help provide your family a gift of $250,000 for just 50 cents a day? Now you can give the gift of peace of mind with a quality term life insurance policy through Matrix Direct. As little as 50 cents a day can buy a 35-year-old $250,000 of life insurance, or a 40-year-old can get the same coverage for just pennies more a day. So much peace of mind at so little cost. Protective Life Insurance Company. For a free quote with no obligation, call 1-800-574-0063. That's 1-800-574-0063. Call now. ESPN game plan. Order now and save $10 off the regular season price.
Future of the world
The countdown starts. That's it.
hangs by a thread. Now, one international rescue team is on a mission to save the Earth.
Look! It's gonna collapse!
When disaster strikes, the smallest action adventure this summer is the Thunderbirds.
That's a 200-foot jet of fire.
The Thunderbirds. August 5th, only on Tech TV.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Leo Laporte.
And I'm Patrick Norton. Thank you for joining us. What did you do? Oh, it's a football. Anyhow, celebrated actor Michael York shares us in the next half hour.
Tiny, but scientists are already looking at ways to protect planet Earth just in case. I'm going to tell you all about this asteroid watch on tonight's show. And Dean Kamen, creator of the Segway, is helping to encourage young inventors by sponsoring a robot building contest for high schoolers. You're going to have to watch tonight to see the video. We're going to visit with Mr. Kamen, and we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at his competition. That's all coming up tonight on Tech Live, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. It was just a joke about the dinosaur thing.
Oh, I was around before Mud was born. It's okay.
Back when Jesus was a boy.
I remember him well. Nice lad.
Very nice man.
Thank you, Michaela Pereira. That's what's coming up on Tech Live tonight. Apple announced QuickTime 6. We're doing video at a Macworld Expo. You know, it's the same, in many ways, the same old QuickTime. They haven't updated the interface at all. What was a really cool interface some time ago is now starting to look a little old.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. Same kind of capabilities as before, with one big major exception. They've added MPEG-4. Now, MPEG-4 is a true standard. Now, this is a video. I asked Patrick, you know, whenever you're testing a compression standard, you want motion, lots of motion in the video. So I asked Patrick to move around.
Put down my cheeseburger. You can see me chewing.
He's really moving. So this is a video of Patrick moving around. It is about, I don't know, what is it, 20 seconds?
I'm doing my Martin imitation.
And it weighs in, this is uncompressed DV video at 42 megabytes. MPEG-4 is not going to replace MPEG-2, which is the current video standard, or MPEG-1. Right. It's designed to be a low bit stream version of MPEG-2. In other words, for streaming media. And it actually does a pretty good job. Let me close this.
I mean, in theory,
uncompressed.
It could be used for DVDs. It could
be used for anything.
Storage. It could be used for archive. But it was designed to stream over the web.
Usually when you encode something for streaming, the MP3 is a good example. It doesn't do well at low bit rates. It was not designed for low bit rates. This was designed for low bit rates. Let me take the same video, play it back. This is now going for 42 megabytes to 776 kilobytes, and it actually still looks pretty darn good. Not bad at all.
It looks better, I'll admit, it looks better on the TV at home than it does on the desktop.
You see some artifacts on the desktop. I'm going to go even smaller. Let's go down to the 56K version. This is small enough.
Just can't see enough of me bouncing around.
That's right. This is small enough to stream over a 56K modem.
You want to say that over here, Paul?
And one of the nice things about MPEG-4 is it really is designed for these environments where you could have bit rates as slow as 56K. Yeah, of course it doesn't look as good as the uncompressed
but
version.
It's like 1/470,000th of the size.
It's actually almost 1/100th the size.
1/100th.
Which is pretty amazing.
That's a pretty serious
MPEG-4, Microsoft does something they call MPEG-4. It's not MPEG-4. It's proprietary. DivX is a copy of the Microsoft MPEG-4, but it's not real MPEG-4. This is both Apple and Real Networks are going to support the true MPEG-4. I think it's a very good standard. I think it's competitive with DivX, and because it's an open, true standard, I think that's a good thing. Anyway, one of the reasons to look at QuickTime 6, To know more about QuickTime 6, go to the website at screensavers.com. To encode this video, you'll need to pay for the $30 player. It's free to play them back with the QuickTime player.
Up next, Uncle Michael York chats about his role in Austin Powers and his new love of cyberspace when Screensavers rolls on.
We've been trying for years to get a mole inside Dr. Evil's lair. We now have that mole.
Yes. Oh. Tim! Hey, Mikey. Here's our team.